Hey, I'm back. I cut off my extremely professional intro for the last video, so I delayed it. Now you got it. I'm doing kind of a quick video. We're just about to go into SBS, and to me, I feel this is kind of important. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it, but I've seen several players, including myself, who subsidies are not set to fight for your city. Up here where you got these boxes, they must have done an update or a glitch. My subsidies were turned off, and I've noticed it from a couple other players. It's like, hey, you're an SBS player, you have no subsidies in your defensive reports. They're like, yeah, I don't know what happened, I fixed it now, but they weren't in that fight, and yada yada. So just make sure those are clicked on and off. I suppose while we're here, I can show you my sub generals. It's been a while. If you remember, I added another city with buying all that what do they call the VIP points in the auction. I didn't want to tell you guys while I was doing it because I didn't want any more competition. It's quite expensive. Often they go up for 200,000 gems for 25,000 VIP points, which is the equivalent to a $100 pack. That's how many VIP points you get in a $100 pack. So it took me a long time to get there. I'm there. Now look at this. Did I unclick that up here? I must have when we were talking, huh? Because this one here was unclicked. I must have did that. You guys can rewind if you're bored to see if it happened on its own or if I did it. So my subsidy generals, I struggle with this. I'm finally starting to get range attacks that are doing damage to me. So now I'm again looking at trying to find more range attack debuff. So I don't really have any super great sub generals. Other, 60 up on top. I took her all the way, but she's mostly ground and mounted. Then these guys here tend to have more range in them. But Harold, I always had dreams and hopes and promises of getting this guy up to 5 stars, but he ain't bad. You guys can look at his stats. It would take me forever to read them all. What I like to do is just add their totals. So if you see his 1st star there, enemy troop defense, I count that as 40%, right? Because there's 4 troop types. Then I usually add those stats up, and then I try to decide who I'm going for. Now, obviously, I'm trying to get more range. This guy I plunked in because he's got 40% range debuff for a range attack debuff, and some other good stuff there. I mean, for no red stars, he's pretty darn good. The odds of me getting another copy of him, pretty tough. Nordic the Barbarian, I always liked him, and I could never get another copy of this guy. I feel like when I didn't know as much as I know now, I don't want to say when I didn't know anything because I still don't know much about this game. He must have been in some event like Trial of Nights or something, and I didn't know how to get him, and I never got copies of them. I really regret it. But I'm not even on my subsidy page here. So I've got some other backups. This is the guy who I just pulled to make room for more range troop debuff. He doesn't excite me like he used to. But it's really painful when you start doing their specialties. I can get another one of these. I got one of him in a chest, but it's ground, right? So I'm going to stick with these guys for now. Tempted to take this guy up to full red stars, awaken him. Everybody's been big on him forever. But I mean, when you fully red star him, what's it called again? I think I just said it. Awaken him. You get 60% range troop attack. That's a lot. And then you get all the other bonus stuff. And I love to debuff ground and mounted HP and defense, as you know that, for the front lines of their defense. So, all right, I'm done blabbering about that. Some things that I've been working on. I had a list. I wrote them down because I was going to do a video in the middle of the week, and now I don't have that list with me. So you're going to have to painfully grow with me here. Some things I've learned. I did spend. I told you guys not to spend. Told you guys to buy Bitcoin. I did do the wheel, and I got Jadwiga. Where's his name? Jazwar. So I haven't really done anything with him yet. What's painful is this is my mounted dragon. And if, the refines aren't that spectacular. They're not bad, though. He's supposed to become the siege dragon, and I don't have a siege dragon, which is why I wanted another dragon. Now I got a dragon for my wall general and my PvP, all my PvP generals. So if you click on this badge, I guess I got to do this here. If you click on this badge, it'll show you what their base stats are. So his base stat is a ranged troop attack. That's not what I was expecting it to be. Oh, so if you keep unlocking them, you'll see if you get to the 4th level, I would get mounted troop attack. It's not letting me show you what you get with every level, which is weird. But I think the next stat is like march speed, nothing important. So my point is it has mounted troop attack, and by default, I can't really make him a ranged general. You like to look at their talents too. If you click under talents, he's ranged troop attack again and mounted troop HP. I don't need a ranged dragon because I forget the reddish orange one's name right now, but he's clearly the ranged dragon, so you don't even need to worry about this guy as an option for range. But I'm not looking forward to making this guy refined into a mounted troop attack dragon. Sorry, I'm babbling. It's hard to make sense of all this, because if you look at this guy's, he's got siege for his first talent. His second talent is mounted and march speed. And then their third ones, see here, here's another thing I don't understand about this game. This third talent that you can get on these dragons, I don't even know how to activate them. So somebody tell me how dumb I am in the comments. I know there's a way. I learned it like a year ago because there was some event or the alliance competition. If you activate a dragon's talent, you can win the points. I learned how to do it then, and I don't even remember how to activate them now. Can we figure it out together? What did I do here? Oh, it's the wrong general or the wrong dragon. Whoops. I just spent on his talent trying to get off of this guy here. Where is the backwards button? Oh, there we go. So let's see. How would I activate that talent? No, I'm just an idiot, right? I'm just that dumb. So I don't know. I don't get it. It says within 8 hours after activating a skill, then you would get training speed and healing speed, which I could care less about. I thought I had some other dragons that I actually cared about their stats. For instance, I know I'm a scatterbrain. I wasn't even planning on doing a video, but I wanted to get this out so you guys got your subsidies safe before the event in case there were other people that didn't have it on there. That would be great if you told me I actually helped you in that matter. So here's my wall general. Everybody uses this guy as his wall general. I do whole stats. I don't go for percentages on my wall dragon because I'm just trying to help that T1 layer. But we wanted to look at his final talent is siege machine attack. So I feel like this should always be active. I'm not on the third one. In city troop HP. Within 4 hours after activation. I would like to have that XP for this SBS, but for the life of me, I don't remember how to activate that. And I feel like I've done videos and haven't found anything on it. So you can see as you get up to level 57, you're looking at spending 100,000 gems every refine. So get your chest in SVS and you get the gems, you get the blood of heirs, you get some soul, source of life, other stuff. So when you do well in SVS, you get the gems to waste on this kind of crap. So let's go back to this guy. This is clearly a ground general. I shouldn't say clearly, because if you go to this guy, this is something else I learned when I'm going through my dragons. Where'd he go? All right, if you click on that badge again and you see his stats, assuming they're all gendered male, if you see its stats, enemy ground troop HP and enemy mounted troop HP minus 40%. So some people will throw this guy on a sub-general, and I have not been attacking with ground. I haven't been reinforcing with ground. I'm really struggling with ground, and I know people that get their military academy a lot higher than mine can do really well with ground because there's so much HP and defense. They can really hold their ground with it. I'm not there yet. I don't even try. So not really hitting much with them unless my group wants to use them for a rally. So I think I'm going to take him off. Let's take him off Elsie, and I'm going to throw him on a sub-general. How do I take him off? Do I have to go to my general only? It looks like I cannot take him off from this page. So I'm going to take him off and try to remember to throw out a phone call. So it kicked me off, and here I'm restarting the video. So we wanted to look at Elsie. Where's Elsie? Let's take this dragon off of her and throw him on a sub-general for SVS. All right, so then I could also set a timer for an hour, and then I will not forget, unless I forget why I set a timer, which is stuff that happens to me. All right. So I'm going to have to spend on this dragon, I say gems and whatnot. I'm going to completely redo this dragon and these refines. I'm going to make it into my siege general. I am going to do flat numbers for siege attack, because when I do siege attack, all my refines are flat because everybody can debuff siege attack into half. The other reason is I like to use smaller siege. When I say smaller siege, I'm talking like T11 siege, because they're cheaper. So the most I lose is like 85 million in a full march, and I can knock out other people's siege because they shoot over the troops. Even if they got tons of troops, your siege will shoot over their ground and mount it in range and kill the other opponent's siege. So you can get points in, battlefield when nobody else can get points on a keep. It can be a 3. I suppose I can show you a battle report here. Now I'm going to show you some losses here. Oh, this is dangerous. I haven't even looked at this one yet. Oh, that was terrible. I lost one troop. Okay, no wonder. Let's delete those, get those out of here. So I shouldn't be looking at this stuff. This is PvP. I wanted to show you battlefield. Well, let's look at this report here. So this guy's 3.5 billion power, and he's in an enemy alliance. So I did lose this one clearly. I must have sent bigger siege, just because I lost 189 million. Let's see what I sent. Really don't want to be admitting this here. Oh, I hit him with range. I was trying to kill his mounted troops. Sorry, this is not a siege attack. So I just wanted to cause damage to this guy. It wasn't kill event. He was sitting there unbubbled, thought he was brave. I wanted to show him that I can afford to heal, but I'm going to make you afford to heal too. So that's all that was. I like to do that when these guys are being bullies and spouting off. So I do save some of my barbarian reports so that I don't have to scout and know what troop type to send. I'm not going to show you those either because they weren't appropriate marches, but they worked. These are defenses. We've probably looked at these. Wait, I want to go to battlefield because I know I was hitting with siege here. So here's a siege. Is it a siege? No, it's a range. I knocked out the guy's mounted. So maybe you want to see this. The guy's 2.6 billion. I'm a little peon at 1.6 billion. I shouldn't be able to win a battle at a guy like this, but if they're just floating all these mounted troops. You know, look at this guy. He had 3 million T-14 mountain troops hanging out there, and he didn't even bother ghosting them because his keep is so large. You want to see what he had for T1 troops? He had plenty. He had 380 million T1 mounted, and I bet he had some ground too. And he had 33 million ground. I don't like to build up my ground like I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people having at least 100 million ground T1 troops along with their big lump of T1 mounted troops. I feel like whenever I try that, they're really easy to kill. I think if you would send in a mounted troop attack, they'd get wiped out instantly. Now, that ground layer will help you prolong your troops in case you get multiple rallies or you get caught naked during KE or something. But you got to heal those too in an SVS, and they're so easy to kill from what I remember. I haven't done it in a while. This is what I remember. They get killed really easy, and then you're just chewing up your source of life like no tomorrow. So I don't have a big ground T1 layer. Let's get back on track. Did I show you what I needed to see there? So it looks like I hit him again a second time, and that's not the same report, right? Nope, it's not the same report. So I hit him twice for that amount because they were there. That's a good score for me. Let's see what we got here. I lost that one. This is a rally. I led a rally. I don't usually lead rallies. We didn't do well. Ignore that one. Delete. What we're doing is trying to find a siege attack. So this is a siege attack. I lost 45 million. I killed 47 because he had reinforcements. Not the best example, but hey, you need to get points in Battlefield 2. Taking a push, it's not ideal, but you got to get your points, So, let's see what this guy had. First of all, what was his power? Oh, he was nothing. We don't need to look at that report. What was this now? Okay, that's a little better. I lost 72 million, and they lost whatever. You can see it was 1.1 million, but we're trying to find one where I hit somebody way bigger than me. There's another one. There's another range. Did we already look at that one? Man, a lot of reports look the same. Well, you guys never saw this report. That was a range gone bad. See, this is why I should look at my reports before I do this. My alliance is going to be, what the hell, you lost one? What's this here? That's a defense. Come on here. We're going to find one eventually. This is pretty typical to only win by 9-10 million points. So this was got to be a C. That's a range. Must have been getting down there. I'm sorry. Bear with me here. Well, that's another range. I guess I hit range a lot here. Lately, I've been using more siege than anything else, but this isn't going to do it either. These are all pushes, and sometimes you do these at the end of an SVS or at the end of the battlefield when you know you're going to lose, and you just want to clean out your troops, or maybe even you know you're going to win and you want to just get as many points as you can. But yeah, that's great. Oh, he had reinforcements. I'm wasting everybody's time here. That's a decent win, but range. Man, I must be lying about using my siege lately. Here we go. Bad attack. I didn't win that one. But you live and learn, right? There's another push. This is embarrassing. That didn't go so well. So let's try to see why. So this is a 3 billion, and I sent my siege, and I did send my subsidies. But so if you look at my buffs, you're going to see that they suck for siege. 1100's attack, but that's because I'm using flat stats. You don't see my attack because it's all flat numbers, and they will not show up there. But let's look at their setup and why I thought I would be able to win this. Obviously, he's got a ton of upper siege, which isn't really great when you're sending T11s. But I didn't kill squat. I killed some of their range and mount that I never reached. And see, there's this T11. Barely had any. That's actually a bad call. If I sent T11, yeah, that was not a good decision here. Because you want to target his T11 siege, and he only had 164,000. So why I thought that was a good idea, I'm not sure what I was thinking there. That would not be ideal. I probably killed a bunch of his baby siege. I didn't. I don't even know how I didn't get any points. So there was really nothing there for me to touch with his T11 siege anyways. So that would be an example of what not to do. Hey, at least you know I'm being forthright and showing you guys everything. If you're seeing how bad I'm doing on half of these reports, there's another bad one. That was range on a 3.6 billion. So I went after this guy. This is what not to do. I can't believe I'm going to post this video. He had a bunch of T14 range. I thought I could knock a bigger chunk than 800,000 of them off, and I did not. So that was not a great win. Of course, that may have been towards the end where I was just trying to get some points. Again, another range. Didn't go so well. I mean, it's almost a tie, but you didn't see that one. Well, this is frustrating. I wanted to show you some siege bombs. I mean, here's a siege bomb. How much power? So this guy's 2.3 billion power. I won, but barely. But again, trying to get points. It's boring for me because these people won't attack me. I'm in an alliance where we're usually the powerhouse, and the other team just sits there and tries to hold buildings. And then all we do is sit and try to hold buildings, and it's just boringer than hell to try to play those. They sit there for 2 hours sending one troops to temples. Give me a break. So this is while I'm trying to do this. If we're going to lose, I'm going to try to learn some offense. I do not use Zuka anymore as an assistant. One of the newer generals with the Covenants. I've also been working on that. That I plunk in there. Can't think of her name. But let's see what this person had. I sent the T11 siege and a big chunk of them, right? And then I sent a decent amount of 10s. So let's see what they had and what I killed. So I killed a little bit of their bigger siege, which gives you more points for the value that you lose. I killed the T12s, almost all of them, basically all of them. It's their survival rate, and a small chunk of the T10s. So I think if you look at the stats, these two have the same range, same distance that they shoot. So you're going to hit their T12s and T11s. But that's that. Not real good examples. Sometimes I win by more, but usually when you win, it's only like 10 million points because you're sacrificing T11s to kill whatever you can. So, Covenant Generals, since you guys brought that up. Who have I been working on? So, this Isaac Brock, I am so tempted to throw him on my wall. It just sucks because Evony comes out with these generals every week, and you're supposed to try to decide if you're going to dump the guy that you've been married to for this long. By the way, this Mu Gaing is who I'm using as my assistant general now. She also has a Covenant. But Isaac Brock, if you listen to Genghis, he says Isaac Brock is complete trash. But you know me, I want more ground troop and mounted troop HP and defense, because that's what holds up the attacker while I kill them with my siege and my range. Those are the where the battle meets. Let's put it that way. So this guy's got good stats. I could have sent him a little bit to maybe 2 stars if I'm lucky, but I'm talking about an assistant general here. He increases your in-city ground troops and mounted troops attack and HP by 30%, and in-city ground troops attack and defense by 20% when he's the. It says main city defense general, but it works when it's the assistant as well. At least on every other general it says that. So my problem is, well, he's got the Covenant too. So the Covenant's not too bad. And if you know how Covenants work, like the first one where it's in-city troop attack, it's a silver helmet or emblem, whatever that is. That means that it's only for this general when you're using it. The next one below it, troop death into soul rate in the main city, it's a gold. That means that it's always active, whether you're using this general anywhere or not. Now, I've also seen a lot of people on the internet that if you look up top here where you got the 3 qualifying generals right here, if you only have 2 of them, people on the internet are saying that it still counts if you get enough attributes to qualify for that stat. Like all 4 of these generals have a Covenant to gain you enough attributes to get these lower ones, but it's really hard to get there with only 2 of the 3 assistants. I hope this makes sense. But you see the glow around Isaac Brock right now? It almost looks like he's fully ascended gold. Okay. So that is not shiny when you don't have all 3. So I'm very skeptical that the stats are counting when you only have 2 of the 3 assistant Covenant generals there, if that's what you want to call them. So anyways, if he's on my wall as an assistant, these would count, the silver ones. So I'm very tempted to. They want to play cards tonight, and this guy's spamming me right now. So, yeah. So I'm very tempted to pull off my assistant wall general. Blanking on his name because I'm doing a video and can't think straight. And he's up top. Oh, I got only idle here. Here we go. Gonna make you dizzy. Where is he? There he is. Leo, but I got him fully spec'd on specialties. So I would lose, a little bit of in-city troop attack and in-city machine attack, a decent amount, which I like. But half of that gets debuffed anyways, right? But then I would lose all these specialties down below. And the only way to link their, I forget what it's called, when you go into, is it in the Senate, and you marry your assistants so that you can borrow all the rune stones that you wasted on your previous general. The only way you can do that is if he's fully ascended. You can't do that if they're not fully ascended. So I can't fully ascend this guy. I might be able to take him up to 3 stars. Not even. So I could take him to 2 stars. So anyways, I would still like to bite that bullet. I think those stats from Isaac Brock would be spectacular, especially since most of these stats, the siege machine attack gets debuffed anyways, halfway debuffed. So that's something else I've been working on. There's only a few Covenant stats that really help. Most of them are like troop capacity or training capacity and training speeds. But this guy here, if you look at his Covenant, the gold ones that count everywhere, the Holy Place deserter capacity, I guess, I don't know. But then the Faith Covenant here, enemy range troop and siege machine HP, -8. I mean, that's just like getting another stat on your subsidy generals, you know. I had these fully done, and I was going through the tavern picking out generals, and I saw I had these useless generals, and I deleted them, not remembering that they were in a covenant, and I had them fully, not fully spec, but I had them almost fully cultivated, and I lost that. So I'll need to finish cultivating some of these clowns, because Evony only gives you so many general slots with all these covenants. It's just ridiculous. Evony doesn't play their own game. They wouldn't make it this hard on you for everything if they actually played. So he's decent. I thought there was one other covenant that I enjoyed. Most of them wouldn't even pay. We looked at, so this is hospital capacity. I like that. I like my hospital capacity. I don't fill my hospitals for SVS because I run out of source of life. So, and then I do like the fact that as my assistant, she has the siege machine attack and defense, and then I can do a few more of these as I get bored as my assistant general. But I'm trying to think. These other ones didn't do much. Oh, I would like to get this one up. It's their 4th one. As you can see, I don't have this clown here. Never been able to get him, and I need him for the art thing to get some pretty decent buffs. So I do want to get him. He's one of 2 generals that I can't seem to get. The other guy with the ship I can't get either, and I've been trying. But you see how his border here is not bright and shiny, so I feel like I'm not getting his stats. So if you guys are bored, and maybe if I'm bored enough, measure your stats before and after you enhance them when you only have 2 of the 3 and see if they actually count. I don't feel like they do, but people on the internet are saying that they do, like Genghis. Who else had some here? Oh, this guy, but I don't think he had anything good. I mean, he's good for, he's now my range assistant. He's good for that, but the gold stats are worthless. A lot of them are. What do we got here? Training. Not ever gonna, I don't need to do his covenant. Training speed, in rally troop HP. I guess it'd be kind of nice to have it, but I don't have this chick. And she has her own covenant, which I think is kind of a ripoff that she's in 2 different covenants. But it is what it is. This one here, ground troop training capacity, I don't mind the holy place deserter capacity, but have I ever filled that? I don't know. Is that when your troops start to get killed? I don't think so. I think there are always a percentage that get killed. Training speed, march speed. Nothing too exciting on him. This was training speed and enemy range troop attack. So I like that. I think I forgot about this one. I did see that. I'm going to go ahead and push him to that level 4 when I have a spare 5 hours to play this game, because there's so much stuff to do in this game. Here's another covenant. Training speed, march speed. Really hard to read them when they're not open. Training speed, in rally mounted troop attack. I guess if I was a big monster rally leader, that would be kind of nice. But I don't plan on doing her. I just got her too. No covenant there. Resource production. Do I really need to open up 2 more generals to get 5% resource production? I don't have 2 slots to throw away. So I definitely don't need range troop capacity. There were a couple covenants that I wasn't able to show you because I don't have those generals open, but I did go through them all, and the rest of them just weren't sexy at all. So here's what I got. The other thing I've been working on is these guys. Spartacus. It's a purple general, so he's free to ascend after you get the fragments. Obviously, you got to spin through the tavern, and then 10,000 gems to disassemble, which is spectacular. But there's no blood of errors, and there's nothing after that. So if you look at his stats, the 1 and 3 stars save you a total of 10% stamina. So the next general is the same thing. The Sonata, he also saves you 10%. So, and he gets you double drop rate percentage of 10. So he's actually better than Spartacus. So when I do my rallies, and if you remember, I have a bot that auto joins, my presets have Nathaniel Green and Sonata, and it makes a big difference. I believe if I, let's just go look here. So if I go to this, let's go to this big Ymir here. If I attack him, it's 40 stamina. But if I use one of those generals when I join, it's probably going to be 30. Watch the center of my screen here. 26. I don't know the math on that. 14 out of 40. That's more than 25%, I can tell you that. So, whatever that math is, I'm not going to do it in my head. You're saving 14 stamina every rally. That's pretty damn good. What is that? 36%, 34%, 32%? I don't know. I am trying to do the math, aren't I? Well, if it was 50, that would be 28%. So whatever. 24%, 25% of my stamina is being saved every rally. That adds up. So especially if you're using a bot, you do run out of stamina. Even as a spender, you will run out of stamina if you're using a bot. So why not have those guys in there? Then they get you the double stat rates. They also help your rally leader because you're sending in you're sending in a general that debuffs. So because you're joining this guy here, he is debuffing right on top, reduces monsters' defense by 5%. Reducing their defense is more important than reducing their attack, because there's another general that I use as well that reduces their attack. If you kill them on a first hit, you don't care about their attack. In order to kill them on a first hit, you want their defense reduced. So I will put these guys on my subsidies when I'm soloing monsters for events like that Hectane Moon, and I can kill shit that I can't come close to killing on my own. So yes, I have a video about that. Put these guys in your subsidies when you know you're not going to get attacked, and you'll be able to debuff. But there's more. But wait, there's more. All of these clowns have these gear. So you need 4 pieces of this, the courageous dragon or dragon armor. I don't even know what needs to be courageous because there's 2 different dragon armors. But if you look at the center stat there, the 4 of 6 on the set bonus is monsters attack and defense minus 10. So now I'm already down to minus 15 defense and 10% attack. And then the other set bonus for the general will get you minus 5% on attack. So all those stats go towards the rally leader. So they will receive less damage if they're trying to kill a really big monster. Now imagine if everybody in your alliance sent minus 15% defense to every rally. Yeah, you would be debuffing that monster's defense by quite a bit. So it does make a difference, and you're saving stamina, and we're talking about monsters this long, so I better stop. Although, if you're one of the top accounts in my server, you'll spend $100,000 on an account that only kills monsters, so maybe it is pretty important to some of you, and you don't SVS, but why would you listen to my channel about defense if you don't do SVS? I guess it is pretty cool parking right next to a big prick who spends $100,000 of his dad's money on an account and he can't touch you. That is fun. So maybe that might be why you're watching my channel. I did think of something else to tell you guys about while you're rifling through the tavern. I have a bunch of generals that are clicked for me to try to take. My bot can normally do the tavern for me, but it hasn't been working So I've been actually rifling through them intentionally. But what I do is I go through the generals, and the free generals that you can ascend, none of them are on this page. Great examples. Like Roland and Vladimir, if you go through the generals that have a troop type, some of them are not troop specific. Like, let's say they just their stats are for multiple troop types, they'll have a different emblem. But the ones that are siege, range, ground, mounted specific, like Roland and Vladimir, Ludwig is not qualifying. Basically, generals that you can get for free in a tavern that you can ascend and put in the Senate. Are generals, like, let's just see, who else do I have in here? So for range, well, it's not going to show some of these other ones, but like Edward Prince, I don't really want him, but I'm getting copies of him so that I can ascend him at some point. I'm going to want to start ascending these guys to get those bonuses. So if you are spending 50 gems to spin, and you come across somebody that you have a decent amount of and you want to get some more, or you're going to want to get some more so that someday you can ascend them. While you're rifling through, do it if you got the gems to dismantle them. I just wanted to throw that in there. Of course, if you need duty officers, don't just look for just those monster generals while you're rifling through there. That's it. I think this video is way too long. Perhaps I should just do a quick thought process here and see if there's something else that I am not remembering to talk to you guys about. I have been upgrading buildings. Some buildings like these give you more defense and HP than you realize. Like, after you open up a T14 and you can't get to the building 40, you can still get HP 5%, defense 5%, attack 5%. So the buildings do matter in these intermediate levels. So I'm getting some points there. Where else am I trying to get some stats? Been trying to... the Senate. We talked about that. I don't know if I really need to get into that. Just trying to get your generals up, but obviously you want to get your duty officers up before you work on the Senate. I think I'm just going to cut it off because I'm just a blabbering fool right now. I know you guys have asked to see live SVX action, but sometimes you just sit around and wait for something to happen, and it's a pretty boring video, and I hate watching people live. Like, nothing drives me more crazy than tuning into a live show and just having the guy read the comments to you, be like, oh, let's wait for a couple more. Hello, Junior says such and such for showing up to my stream. That just is a waste of time for me. So I know you want me to do live stuff, but for me, every time I do something live, it kind of shoots it down. So I guess I'm going to say that's about all I have to throw at you for now. I'll try to see if I have anything else, any other hacks about getting stats, and then we'll go from there. I'm signing out. Good luck this weekend.